Okay. Today we are live with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles because I have had a craving to play this game for a while, and I have been playing it off stream, but I don't know, like my current streaming game, Final Fantasy Adventure, is on grind notice. So if I'm gonna grind something on stream, then it might as well be FFCC, since that game is fun. That game is fun to grind. A lot more fun to grind than FFA. Especially with music like this. Let's see, I do have the Game Boy Advance connected, and it is showing the map. My bonus this time is avoid damage. Which means I'm not going to have much opportunity to eat this food. Although I'll waste a slice of meat to gain strength anyway. The penalty for taking damage isn't really that bad either. It's made up for by being the only person killing monsters and picking up items. Oh, I should check my stats. Make sure everything's working okay before I get lost in this game. I have increased the chat timer to 1 minute, so chats should stay on for long enough for me not to miss anything. Frames per second, 60, good. That's what I like to see. I'm trying to remember whether... Oh, as you can tell, this is loop 1 of the Veillu Sluice. 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 Veillu Sluice. And in loop 1, everything is covered by water. Actually, loop isn't the right word. Level 1. Because once these level up, once these stages level up, they do not level back down. So you want to take advantage. If you want to level up, if you want to grind on these levels, make sure to do it before the year rolls over. Because any level that you enter, any stage that you enter and complete, and gather a drop of mirror from, levels up the next time you enter it, so that the monsters are all tougher. So I'm a little bit over... Whoa! I'm a little bit too strong for this stage in my current state. This one charge attack takes those guys down. Go get the bucket. Alright, shall we? Let's see, Twisted Headband is Strength plus 2. I think I already have one of those being a Clavat. I'm not going to be able to avoid damage that well. Since part of this stage requires entering the miasma. Or is it miasma? Entering the miasma. It sounds so weird saying it is miasma, but it's not really a word that you use that often. Whoa! I should have remembered that there would be monsters before that too. So I'm pretty sure I got 2 fires. There's one. I don't have 2 fires. Which do I need more? I think fire is more valuable than blizzard here. Did I just fumble the key? Fumble the key. focus attack system in this game takes a little bit of getting used to. At first, if you're playing as a Selkie or something, they have like a huge wind-up. Like as soon as you let go of the button, for Lilties and Clavats, they usually just leap right into action, but Ukes and Selkies will stop, take a big wind-up. Selkies in particular, if they're doing a focus attack where they shoot a psychic beam from the racket. So you really have to telegraph your attacks if you want them to hit. Thankfully, these enemies have never played fighting games, so they won't punish you for it. Well, if they do punish you, then it's your fault. Rather than, some fighting game mechanic that I can't quite remember right now. Whoa! Oh, I got slowed. Thankfully, that didn't deal any damage. Just gonna push the Moogle along. I don't think this actually counts as him spending stamina and carrying the chalice. I think I have enough Magicite in this stage, or I think there occurs enough Magicite in this stage that you can cast Haste if you want. I should really look at my GBA some more. So when I was playing this off cam, I didn't have my GBA attached. So having the minimap isn't a super big bonus. Having the minimap isn't... Oh, I left some of my windows open. Heh. Whoops. Let's see, I want to minimize any windows possible to maximize computer performance. Is that a bird? It's a Moogle! They made the Moogles really round and fluffy in this game, and you could actually color them and trim their fur if you wanted. It has a little bit of a helpful effect too, like if you trim their fur and then go into a hot area, then they won't get tired quite as quickly. And if they're predominantly red or green or blue, then that powers up the spells that they cast. I think in later FFCC games they actually let you name the Moogle too. Ouch. Let's see, this... Now that is half a burp. So what we got here? Just picked up a Stone of Life, which we could use way up here, and then Cure, and then another Cure. There we go. Haste. So if you give me that, I can run real quick with it. I don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about you getting tired. Haste on, I can minimize damage from getting into the miasma too. A spicy verb appeared, yeah. See, I think I missed a couple of things while making my way through here. But I'm not too worried, because I think I've got most of the artifacts I can get at this point. Oh, I don't want to cast haste on those guys. This is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. If you know me, I like my hybrid turn-based action RPGs. This one kind of... It presents itself as pure action, but it is hybrid turn-based in action. In that you've got, instead of an active time bar, you have this focus charge. And the further your target is, the effectively longer your attack meter is. You go up, and they counterattack, and you go back to your, effectively, your line. So it's kind of an interpretation of the classic Final Fantasy battle system. With all your allies and enemies standing in line, running up and hitting each other and then running back. Of course, if you get the opportunity, you can run up and just start comboing them. But usually, doing a full 3-hit combo on an enemy causes them to get a couple of free hits on you. To be really safe, you want to use like 2 hits and then run away. Or use attacks that make them flinch. Oh. I'm really not doing good at this whole avoid damage thing. Moon Pendant. I've got one of those. So normally I would give that to one of my allies if I were playing in multiplayer. The Moogle house for this stage is right here. And I think I've got the stamp for this stage too. It's always good to double check. Oh yeah, this is the bit where you can paint and modify your Moogle however you like. I think I'll strengthen his fire spell, so I'm just gonna make him totally red. Very red Moogle. Get back up. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Show me my stamp card. Okay, so... the Moogle stamp system. Draw a penguin! I don't think there's a good enough resolution on the drawing thing to let you do that. Because it's all like spray paint. I mean, I could try to make it really... see if I can do something that looks vaguely like a penguin. Let's see, go to blue. And just on the side here, do like a little beak, and then head, just a little bit sticking out for a beak, and then sort of a chubby, round body, like so, and then maybe some green feet. Oh, no, that's... oh, wait, we can fix it. There we go. One green foot over there. One green foot over there. Maybe make the beak green too. There. We have something that looks maybe like a penguin if you squint a bit. Devil goat. Oh, where were we? Oh, right. So we're following this map a bit. Green feet? Yeah, well my only options are red, green, or blue, and if I make them red feet on a red body, then that wouldn't really work so well. Alright, you can carry the chalice. I think I forgot to set ultra low latency on YouTube. So I'm getting these messages pretty late. Oh, I see, okay. Let's see, I don't have that many users. I should disable slow chat. Hey, Anita Sheldon. I like seeing timestamps. But how do I stop the slow chat? I don't want slow chat. Chat, how I know slow. Do I have to go to my dashboard, maybe? Live dashboard, let's check. Maybe from there I can turn off slow mode. Aha! There's a gear over here. Gear. Enable live chat. Disable slow mode. Haha! That should fix it. Let's get this haste refreshed. One thing I really enjoyed about this game is when you're playing it in 4 players, you don't have to cast Cure on... You don't have to aim your Cure spell. You can just cast it in the space between everybody and everybody could just run into it. This is a pretty fast stage. It might just be because I'm of a higher level than I need to be here. Really? You've never heard of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles? Well, I guess it is pretty obscure today. It did make some waves when it came out, initially. It was, basically, when Square Enix was... They had 20% of their company owned by Sony, but they've been losing money so quickly that some of their teams had to basically make a puppet company so that they could work with Nintendo again. And that puppet company created the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles franchise. And they made a bunch of their money back, and they bought that 20% of their company back from Sony. And, well, now we are where they're at now. Although, it seems like they're not particularly enthused about making more Crystal Chronicles games. And for this boss fight, I'll be pretty much throwing that whole avoiding damage thing out the window. Where's that slice of meat? Phoenix down. Actually, I don't even need haste for this fight. Let's split these up. The life magicite by itself is mostly for multiplayer. fish, slice of meat, and vegetables round one. And then one phoenix down just in case. Yeah, I'm definitely over-leveled for this fight. Just go up to him and start swinging. Yeah, a lot of the people at Square Enix at the time started leaving to form their own development groups. One of them was Monolith Soft, which is now famous for the Xenoblade games. Another is Mistwalker, which has... Mistwalker is the original Final Fantasy creator and his team, Hironobu Sakaguchi. There was the Secret of Mana team, which is now known as 1UP Studio, and works with Nintendo directly as a second party. Ooh, Defense +2, Defense +1, Magic +1, Magic +1, Defense +2, or a permanent Blizzard in my command list. So all of these are, well, this and this are really good. But since I'm a Clavat, I do not prioritize magic that much, so I'm going to take the Defense +2. Yeah. Let's see, the last time I saw Alexander was... FF6, maybe? I gotta play the, I gotta play 4, 5, and 6 again. Well, 4 is probably the one I've played the most. So I probably don't gotta play 4 again. But 5 and 6 for sure. I've got 5 waiting on my Game Boy Advance, and 6 on Virtual Console and Game Boy Advance. Oh, what element is my crystal? It is water. Actually, let me go to Shella real quick to see if there's anything I can craft. Oh, thank you! Yeah, I briefly had a job doing telephone surveys for companies, so I think a lot of my vocal skills... Well, no, not my vocal skills. I don't really have that many vocal skills, but my vocal tendency comes from that. Just talking for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. If you want to be part of a career where you talk a lot, or if you just really want to train your voice, get a job in telephone marketing. I don't think Alexander was in FF4. FF4 was very... Let's see, I want to say it only had like maybe 12, around 12 summons, and that was because the summons were sequestered to one character specifically. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't stick with that job for too long. There were some management decisions that I didn't really agree with. You know, the work... Actually, I could probably talk about them, because I never signed any sort of confidentiality agreement to that, and I think the company actually went under. But I don't need to name the company. But basically, you know the people that will hire you based on whether they think you're gay or not? Or they'll avoid hiring you if they think you're gay? This workplace was kind of the opposite. They would hire you based... The bosses there wanted to hire you if they thought you were gay, or basically not hetero. Or at least not strictly hetero. And I don't know, maybe they were right, but I felt pretty uncomfortable working there during the time because I thought I was hetero. I used to work in food. My customer service always made me feel like I'd been possessed by a common white girl demon hybrid. I can understand that. I know one or two friends of mine whose voice totally changes when they're at work and they're talking to a customer, as when they're just relaxed and talking with friends. Maybe I'm the same way. I did work at Wendy's for a little while. And that was... I don't know. I know you have to, like, there are certain protocols, like when you're doing, like, Wendy's cashier or something, there's a very specific way you're supposed to talk. I don't know if my voice changed, though, when I did. Let's see, there's info and lore here. This guy will talk forever about the 4 elements and the supposed 5th element that rules over the 4, which I think at this point in the game we don't know about. Well, you know, when you're growing up, your parents raise you to think that you're hetero, that you're cisgender and heterosexual, because like they want grandkids. And I mean, yeah, I want to give my parents grandkids. I wanna raise some children. But at the same time, like now, with all that I know about sexualities and genders and stuff like that, I'm not totally hetero, but at the same time, I'm not totally anything else either, you know? Lore unlocked. Like, if the opportunity arises and the right conditions are in place, then yeah, I'd be up for anything. Well, almost anything. I know for sure that I don't like pain, and I don't like messy stuff. So these are the only 2 shops available here in level 1 Shella. The towns, I didn't mention this before, but the towns level up just as this fighting stages do. And over here, I think you have the highest level alchemist, I want to say, but I can't seem to find him. I'm guessing either level, like, once Shella reaches level 2 or level 3, that's when you'll be able to get that stuff crafted. Let me just take a quick look and see if I need to sell anything. So I've got Phoenix Downs, got a couple of these, 1 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those, 2 of those. Lots of that. Could probably sell some of that, but... Oh, I do want to sell the fruit seeds and maybe the extra Shella marks, because you only need 1 at any given time. The food is always good, and the crafts. The Mithril Shield recipe I want to hold on to. Sacrifice yourself to the heathen gods. Alright, so 1 chili gel. I'm pretty sure you don't need more than 3 of most things you find. In Shella Mark, you only ever need 1, because you can buy more when you use 1 to get into Shella. I did also say that I was not into pain or messy things. And those heathen gods sound pretty messy, and or painful. I think that's what a lot of people call the hedonist lifestyle. That if it feels good, then it's probably good. That kind of thing. Although I'm sure there's more specifics to it than that. We have anesthetic. Come to the dark side. We have anesthetic. Is the new come to the dark side. We have ice cream. Let's see. I'll see about getting a drop of myrrh, just so that I can demonstrate what happens once you've filled up that chalice. These trees are both barren. We have free healthcare. Oh, even better. Oh, I can't go through here yet. I have to change my crystal to fire. Well, let's go through Moshet Manor. In the process. Maybe find some new treasures on the way. I think this stage might have leveled up since I was last here. Phoenix down, and some food. Like so. Oh, right. This would be the fastest stage in the game, except that you have to wait on these press panels until your emblem shows up on them. If you're playing in multiplayer with one of each, I forget whether it's race or species, if you have one of each species, then all of you can just stand on the panel and whichever one it matches will cause the button to press. Can't fight her in here. Let's see, I needed fire, right? So water is over here. Clavat. Looks like... The Clavat emblem looks like a feather or a leaf. Do you have streams? I do, but they're not written down, at least not on YouTube. I should probably see about fixing that. I'll make a note of it while I'm waiting for this button to open. Let's see. Generally, you know, common sense, be civil. This is... Let's see, this is not an age-restricted channel anymore, although it is generally more adult-friendly than most all-ages channels. The reason it's not age-restricted is because I cannot run ads on age-restricted channels. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Alright, write out a set of stream rules. So that's in the to-do. Put OBS back in front so that it gets full CPU priority. What are we at? 42%? Whoa! Tonberries. Don't let those guys sneak up on you. Yeah, they have... I don't want to say an instant death attack, because those are pretty rare in action games. They have an instant death attack in the RPGs. And then, if they're not using their instant death, if the instant death misses, it still deals a lot of damage. In Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, it'll deal 7/8 of your maximum HP. And the only thing that keeps them from taking over the world is that they're very slow. Yeah. I've seen you, Anita, I've seen you moderate a couple of channels, so you generally know how it works. These are spellcasting Tonberries, too. I guess once the stage hits level 2, you can expect to be spell-casted from all sides. Let's see, those gargoyles come to life, I think. Yep, there they go! I need to do something about that. In multiplayer, you can't do this. Well, I mean, you can, but you'll probably die. In multiplayer, when you go into your menu, the game doesn't pause. I don't have any magicite yet. Alright, it'll have to be food. Take that earth pendant from you. Gonna have to evade until I can open that door. I want to cast gravity on these guys. Otherwise, they will only take 1 damage from my attacks, and I can only hope that they have a low enough HP total that I could take them out while they're in the air. Hit them with a stick! I think there's still gargoyles in here. There are gargoyles in here, alright. Guess I'll have to fight him the hard way. Here's where Tonberries could sneak up on you. So he actually hit me there. And even though it dealt a little damage, I flinched for a long time. If there's any more than a Tonberry on screen, or if there's any more than a Tonberry that you're fighting at a time, those other enemies will gang up on you while you're stunned. So thankfully, my strength is high enough or their health is low enough that I can fight them while they're in the air. Normally you'd have to cast gravity to get them to the ground, and you make the gravity spell by combining any two of Fire, Blizzard, and Thunder. Stab and a half. Stab him, stab him, stab him, stab him, stab him, stab him. Oh, have you met Stab him? You get bonus points if you know what that's from. Alright, maybe I can fight off these gargoyles as well. Get down here where I can hit you. These guys are all up in the spell-like effects. Close, it's not Monty Python. But it's a group that's just as funny. Chunk of alloy, a stone of clear. Clear is another spell that's a lot more useful in multiplayer than single player. It's clear in this game, but it's Esuna in other Final Fantasies. It's your cure all status ailments. I should run a poll sometime, because a lot of games do this differently. Like, is it heal wounds and cure ailments, or cure wounds and heal ailments? I think I might have mentioned this on another game stream as well, just because it happens so often. It is but a flesh wound, you're missing an arm, it's nothing! The stab him bit was from a BBC show called Red Dwarf. And it's about a spaceship with one living human and 3 other creatures. Oh, I need this thing. There we go. Crystal's element changes to fire. Yeah, that I've been craving to play this ever since I moved in here. Well, I mean, they're all friendly with each other. I probably should have mentioned that. The four creatures, one of them is, well, the show starts out with the human crew. Yeah, all right, you've watched Red Dwarf. Yeah, it's a comedy show. So the show starts out with the human crew, and they're traveling through space, and they end up, they put one guy in stasis because he stuck his cat on board. And he was only supposed to be in stasis for 6 months, but he ended up stuck in stasis for 3 million years because at some point during his confinement, disaster struck the ship, killing every human on board. The only survivor outside of stasis, was the cat, and the cat was pregnant. So, over the course of 3 million years, the cat ended up having a litter, and the litter ended up having another litter. I'm trying not to think about it too much. But yeah, after 3 million years, a humanoid evolved from the cat, whose name was Frankenstein, by the way. So that was the second crew member. The third was a hologram made by the ship's onboard computer, which is the fourth. And the hologram was made to be basically the complete and total foil of the main character, because that's apparently what would keep him the most sane during this voyage. Voltron, maybe. I haven't really seen much of Voltron to say. I've only seen a little bit of the latest series. Voltron seems a bit more like, well, a Super Sentai show. Power Rangers. That kind of thing. Power Rangers, but with more traveling. And more sci-fi fantasy culture. And I mean, there's some sci-fi culture in Red Dwarf. Like, they visit some alien races and mistake junk for other alien races. I mean, it's just really good, classic British-style comedy. Canon Gay Space Dad. Yeah, kinda. I mean, he ends up, The human, his name is, David Lister, I think. But yeah, Lister ends up meeting up with an alternate dimension version of himself, the gender-swapped version of himself, and ends up getting pregnant by her. They explore a whole lot of stuff that was just, like, I want to say, as ahead of its time in that David Listerine. Yeah. Like, they do the whole, like, being your own parents kind of thing. And time loops, and alternate dimensions, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And some of it's funny because they didn't have the budget to do, like, special effects. Pregnant by her, yeah. Because when they slept together, they were in her dimension, where it's the males that get pregnant. Oh, I don't have... Wait, do I have that magicite? Because that would be really useful right now. There it is. So I have to go to the kitchen to get the only 2 magicite in this stage. Now that I think about it, I think I only need fire. Let's put food in the others. Moogle, get the chalice. I need to make the lameo run away. Wait, I should have cure. Although that doesn't really matter to me much right now. Okay, there's clear. Fire, blizzard, and clear. That's it. Alright. I'll have to just deal with food. Okay, I think that's all for her. She ran away real quick. The seahorse paradox. I'll have to look that up after the stream. Oh, wow. I keep forgetting that I'm a little bit over-leveled for these stages. I always like that kind of, tangled up logic. Like, they make a rule, they make a whole bunch of simple rules, but when you combine them, you get just this complicated mind maze. There's an extremely pervasive belief that male seahorses get pregnant, but they don't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they only carry the young, right? Like, they have a pouch that they carry the young around in. Let's see, strength, defense, strength or magic. I think I'll go with strength. This was one of the first games where if you're at, like, a really high level, and someone joins in and they're just starting out at like level 1, you can still play together. And this was a big complaint of the MMOs of the time, which I think were just World of Warcraft and maybe Final Fantasy 11. But yeah, like, if you've been playing one of those MMOs for a long time, oh yeah, I see, yeah. But yeah, if you've been playing an MMO for a while and you get your friend to join and he's level 1, it's gonna be a long time before, like, you're either rolling up an alt, or you're doing your own thing while waiting for him to catch up to you. Like, if you're endgame and you're raiding every weekend, then that's your that's your game time taken care of. Like, you're probably not gonna want to play low-level stuff. But then there's this game where if you're at the end of the game and someone wants to join in, and they're level 1, and all the stages are at level 3, you can carry him, and you can give him, you can let them have the +3 or +5 artifacts.
The grandfather of my grandfather's grandfather was still a child. No one in this land could challenge the might.
And of course, no matter
of the
what your level
legions.
is, you can cast powered-up spells together.
They forged weapons of iron to bring the world under their dominion. But eventually, the mine was exhausted, and the Lilty's unstoppable conquest ground to a halt. The Lilty's ambition vanished along with the iron. They abandoned the mine, where monsters now thrive.
Lilties in this game look like the classic Final Fantasy Onion Knights. They're also the strongest fighter classes. Clavats and Selkies look like humans. Clavats are... both are average. Clavats are better at the combo attacks, and Selkies are better at focus attacks. So this charges up faster and moves quicker. And then there's Ukes, which look like... they look like suits of armor, but they make the best mages, and they wield hammer weapons that can stun enemies. Playing as a Uke is my favorite in this game. But in single player, I tend to pick Clavats because of their ability to basically do anything. Middle of the road. What is the bonus quest here? Pick up items. Oh, that's not going to be a problem at all. Yeah, they are a bit like a cleric. Clerics use blunt weapons like maces and hammers. They can wear chain armor, medium armor. Anita. I want to say action RPGs, but like I've got a pretty sizable collection, and at any time I could, like, I know that I want to do a live stream on Goemon's Great Adventure, which is a platformer, but it's a platformer that it's a platformer that works better with 2 people. It's a cooperative platformer, so I want to see if I can get a partner for that. I'm currently... oh, I sent that one back. I'm currently doing Final Fantasy Adventure, which is Seiken Densetsu 1. Hopefully I'm going to do the whole series. I am doing... oh wait, what am I doing? I have a list of games that I'm currently playing here. I'm playing Virtua Quest, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Spartan Total Warrior, Stardew Valley, Portal Knights, Grandia 2, and The Snack World. This is on the GameCube, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. It's available actually as a sort of a combo deal with the GameCube and Game Boy Advance. So the Game Boy Advance actually provides a second screen. So it is very rare to find someone who is playing this legit if they didn't actually get it at launch. I'd be happy to do a 4-player stream of this if I can get a couple of people together. I have 2 out of 4 Game Boy Advances. And I have all 4 link cables. Let's see, there's a treasure chest up there. And an enemy. You can just kind of see them. The enemy saw me, but he's way up there, so he has no path to get down to where I am. Oh, Goemon's Great Adventure is Nintendo 64. So it is very strictly local multiplayer. It's also very difficult, so even if I did find a partner, if they weren't familiar with the game, then we'd have to spend some time practicing. The game is decently generous with extra lives, though. Oh, this is a stone enemy. These are also affected by gravity. Fire and thunder. Gravity. Although this game was designed for multiplayer, it's still a lot of fun in single player. And they make sure that you won't get stuck. I really should have Nightbot say other things. I do have some special commands planned to add to Nightbot so that you can do little chat games. But I haven't set it all up yet. I think if you type !dragon, something might happen. Do you prefer the classic games over the newer ones? It's hard to say. There's some newer games that I'll really get hyped over, like the Snack World. But generally speaking, if it tries to do something like in this case, a hybrid turn-based real-time battle system, like that's the thing that I've been really into the past couple of months, then I'll go for it, whether it's old or new. Got some recipes. The way equipment works in this game is also a little bit different from your traditional RPG. Rather than just straight up buying equipment, you have to have it custom made for yourself. So for armor and things, it's not easy to just like, Oh yeah, I have a Switch. I wonder if you were around when I was streaming some Switch stuff. I do want to stream the latest Gungeon update. Gungeons and Dragons. I'm a little surprised to see that Twin World isn't doing it already, but I'm guessing he might have some deals with indies to show off their games. Oh no. Food. Knocked back. I should probably carry that clear magicite, just to save myself some trouble. I thought we had added each other. Yeah, that's... Actually, before I forget, let me add a note to add a friend code command to my Nightbot. Oh yeah, my Switch is currently not connected to my TV, but I have been playing Sushi Striker on it. I just finished the story mode a couple of days ago, and I'm hoping to practice up to do some online matches too. Add friend code to Nightbot. It's probably best if I don't actually pause, because you do regenerate very slowly in this game. So if you ever have a stage without a cure magicite, or if you just happen to be really bad with food, with using food, then you can stand still for a little while and regain health. At first I wasn't a fan of how level ups worked in this game. That you could only pick one per stage. But I realized after playing in multiplayer for a while that it's really fair in that if you're playing with players of different skills, there's always one guy that'll run to pick up all the artifacts as soon as he can. So having a proper distribution of them after the stage is sort of the best of both worlds, in that whoever picks up the artifact first gets its benefit immediately. But if there's something that could benefit you, like... If there's something that could benefit you specifically... Stand still long enough and I'll regain my will to live. It does, kinda, if you've ever tried meditation. At least, I want to say it works for everybody, but I can only speak for myself in that sense. Yeah, the way that you find artifacts is you find 4 of them. Well, there's 8 in a stage. You find 4 of them by searching around the stage itself, and then 4 more of them appear after the stage, depending on how well you complete a hidden quest. Or, well, the hidden quest isn't the end-all of it. The other 4 is dependent on what your score is, and the fastest way to gain score is to fulfill a hidden quest. But other ways to gain score are kill enemies, pick up items, and I think heal each other? There's a third way. Kill enemies, pick up items, and something. But yeah, whoever has the highest score gets first pick, and if everyone is over... if everyone present is over 100 points, then you get 4 extra artifacts. Oh, here, I mean on YouTube. There's tutorials on here. Oh, on YouTube. the defense skill is kind of useless in single player, but in multi it lets you tank if you want to. Stand on the other side of an enemy and just hit defend while your allies attack it from the other side. I don't think this game does aggro the same way as with MMOs. But having the ability to just unconditionally defend everything with a simple command is convenient in multiplayer. Forgetting to cast gravity on these guys. Makes it so much easier. Oh, my pockets are full. Aggro is a horse. I thought his name was Argol. I always heard it as Argol rather than Aggro. I'm alright. Oh, I thought this was the boss fight. There's still a whole new phase to get through. Alright, let's rearrange my items. What can I get rid of? I have 3 of these, a couple of these, a bunch of that, a whole lot of that. I'm probably gonna want to sell. That I don't need. I'll probably just eat some of these. Wait, did I destroy food? Ah, crap, I destroyed food. Well, it's not a big deal. Not when my pocket's full anyway. Use. That should help things. Getting rid of items, I hoard items. Really, I'm just a crow. Yeah, I used to be the same way. Because you never know, and this game is bad for item storage, because you always feel like you might need things like iron, mithril, these things, components, because you might just find the recipe you need for them. But I find that it's better to sell everything you don't need immediately, which I probably should have been doing, until you find the recipe for them. And when you find the recipe for something you want, you can usually find the ingredients in the same stage. And if you can't, you can buy them from your family, or from Alphataria, or from Shella, once those towns level up. I need these 486 amethysts. You never know. Might sell well. Alright, I think I have enough magicite. Blizzard, Blizzard, and Thunder. Blizzard! Alright, split this. Blizzard, Blizzard. Oops, and one more. Blizzard. Fuse for Blizzaga. This should make things a lot easier. And I'll just have to eat food from the menu. Like some kind of single-player gamer. Silver spectacles. Oh, wait, I can't use Blizzard. I can't use Blizzaga on these guys. What I can use, however, is Holy. So split this, replace one with Life. No, that's slow. So put Blizzard back here, split, and put Life over here. Make something like that to form Holy. So ghosts are a bit like flying enemies. They take 1 damage, unless you cast Holy on them, which makes them more corporeal. Do you have any summons in this game? Not that I remember. Every spell is a combination of Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, Life Cure, and Clear. I think if there are summons, then they are events. Special events. Having a 1-minute timer seems to really help with not missing chat messages. Holy deals decent damage, but I don't think it's worth it for a Clavat to use. Especially when they can do that instead. Video on adding a Nightbot. Oh! You wanted a tutorial on Nightbot. I will, I'll talk to you about that after the stream. But I think, the easiest thing to do is go to nightbot.tv, I believe, and sign in with your YouTube account, or with your Twitch account, or possibly other streaming accounts they may have added since then, and, tinkering around with the interface. It's all web-based. So it shouldn't be too difficult, but I'll be happy to answer anything that I can about it. It seems I did miss some messages after all. What do I do about these items? I'll eat some food, that's what I'll do. Chomp. Chomp. A slice of meat increases your strength for a minute. For the next minute. Eat the iron! I think the meat has the iron that I need for my diet. So Blizzaga might be worth using here. Since the boss and the minions are fire elemental. Oh, and the paint job has started to fade from my Moogle. I may need your help. I'll be happy to help if I can. It's the big ugly. Hammer in one hand and a magic stick in the other. Heh, frozen. Oh, he hit me with that too. Let me skedaddle. Taking care of the little guys. I think it might not be worth having Blizzaga. It takes too long for a Clavat to cast. Focus on attacks. Hang in there, Kupo. This works out much better. Having a slice of meat every now and then probably helps. There's one. One thing I probably won't be able to demonstrate in this is that every weapon has a different little flash and sound effect when you hit enemies with it. Eat the iron! Sure fed the iron to him. Eat the iron! One thing I didn't notice about this game until I started playing it again recently was that that song that plays here is the same as the end of the year festival jingle. It's a myrrh tree. The dew that collects on its leaves is the myrrh that purifies the crystals that protect all the towns from the miasma. A feather shell chair. I wonder if there is such a chair available on Etsy or something, on someone's Etsy store. Male Moogle. Might have to look at my GBA for this. Oh, I don't. Good. I would talk that you were in Shilla. You're such a long way from home, and I'm very proud of how much you've grown. But I wonder if you miss us all. Meat! They sent meat! Yeah, a little. Let's see, my family is alchemists, so I want to send them recipes. I'll send them a recipe for a flamecraft. Punt them across the room. They do look a bit like soccer balls. Footballs. I think it's one of the Crystal Chronicles games where you actually hear a Moogle voice Kupo for the first time. Oh, what is that? Is that gold? Or a calcum? Material for crafting equipment. That is really rare. But what else do I get? I can get a +5, a +3. So this is why you want to play in multiplayer. Because I'll pick one of these items, and the others are going to be gone until the next time I play. I'll take the orichalcum. I don't know when I'm going to find one of those again. Although it's probably going to take up space in my backpack. Eat the orichalcum. See you soon, Anita. So every time you collect 3 drops of myrrh, this sequence plays, where the diary entries that you've collected throughout the year play through here, while they purify your town's crystal. And so your town will be safe for another year. Lightning brings the cactus pain, now it all begins again. Of course, the way that it's written, of course it's a hint for later. Yeah, it has kind of passing time, like you can waste all the time you want doing the same stage over and over again, but once you've collected 3 drops of myrrh, time advances to the end of the year. So it's got, I guess, a modified inn mechanic. So you can spend as much time, like, just as in older RPGs, you could spend as much time during a day as you want, and then it'll just advance to the next day when you go to an inn. Here, you could spend as much time in a year as you want, it'll just advance to the next year once your town is safe. Home with their chalice full of myrrh. They were quite generous with weapons they found, as some were of no use to them. I suppose that great blacksmiths like them prefer their own weapons over those wrought by others anyway. You collected a Dragon Ball. Today I decided to take a side road for a change of pace. To my surprise, I heard someone call out to my caravan. It was a group of kindly-looking Clavats. A look at their clothes told me that they probably hailed from the fields of Fum. I camped with the caravan from Fum and walked with them for a while this morning. Their gentle manner reminded me of my family. When I spoke of my parents' profession, they gave me some advice on farming. Perhaps I'll send some seeds back home. Welcome back, Anita. So all these diary entries are from wandering around the map between stages, between fight stages. I'd like to think that it's a flip on the trope of random battles, where here it's random story and set battles. Go loose loose. That is the stage where we opened this live stream. The golem that I fought there was originally made to protect the sloughs from monsters. And then we went to Shella. I don't think any stages that you repeat are entered in your diary. There is actually a later game in this series where using the word onion is a slur against lilties. Or is considered a racial slur against lilties. My third year with the caravan draws to a close. As I made new memories this year, those from the last begin to fade. In one fairy tale, memories that grow dim are eaten by a terrible demon. I wonder what happens to memories when they're completely forgotten. I suppose looking back and cherishing the past can bring sadness when we face the future. Calagir's caravan. So earth, then wind, then fire, and then water way over there. don't know if I'm at a high enough level to try adventuring way over there yet. So where is my family? The alchemist family isn't over here. Here's where the farmers and fishers are. If I go over here, I could find the town's hidden item. It is a fruit seed. So you have farmers there, merchant here. Oh no, wait. Miller over there. Fisher and Miller over there. Farmer over here. Alchemist over here. Of course, it's completely around the city from where I started. They don't have any gifts for me. And then this magicite, you can only just kick around. Off to adventure! So your fourth journey begins. Have you said goodbye to your family? Come back any time to show them you are well. Speaking of which, we haven't received any letters from that young scholar in some time. So the previous years, they would talk about, I think, the Black Knight, or just a scholar who is trying to get rid of all the miasma from the world. A scholar who had either started from this town or just visited on the way. So he had found that saving the world was too great a burden for one man, so he accepted the aid of a renowned knight. Okay, there we go. So his last letter said, of course, camaraderie is a fine thing. Treat your friends with respect. Now farewell. Random story. Apparently Mars Pass caravan was attacked by the Black Knight. After I heard, I felt compelled to find out more about this Black Knight. It seems that he's a warrior traveling alone without a caravan. Fortunately, most people who'd met the Black Knight remembered him. Word of his exploits first began to spread several years ago. A preacher named Hurdy hired him for protection, perhaps after hearing those rumors. Some cited the preacher and the Black Knight setting up camp deep in the wetlands. Later, the pair headed further in. That was the last anyone saw of them for some time. The other day, I asked Hurdy himself about that story, but he claimed to have no memory of it. There's a boy who says he wants revenge on the Black Knight for his father's death. Perhaps the preacher prefers to avoid association with such a man, even one from long ago. I could learn no more of the Black Knight. In the end, he remained an enigma. Let's check the River Bell path. The tree there is barren. Once you collect a drop of myrrh from a tree, it has to take a year to build up enough dew to have even one drop of myrrh. Oh, this is Gertie again. Oh dear, I'm afraid you've got me there. You see, I sent that letter immediately after accepting the package. I thought that it would put your mind at ease to hear that it had arrived. So what about the package, then? Actually, You really don't want to know. Tell us. Well, if you insist, listen closely then. You see, it rotted. What? We can't hear you. It rotted. It was produce after all. How? You said you were faster than a Moogle. That's why we trusted you to deliver it. I am faster than a Moogle. You got the letter saying it had arrived right after you sent the package, right? Yes. And weren't you surprised that it arrived so quickly? Well, yes. See, I am much faster than any Moogle, for the most part. So you cheated us, you charlatan! Oh, charlatan has such a distasteful ring to it. I prefer to consider myself an opportunist. What's the difference? It truly saddens me that you fail to understand. Enough, just pay us the delivery fee. All of it. It was 1,000 gil for your Super Express mail, right? For a beautiful girl like you, I would pay back every gil I could. Unfortunately, a flood of similar complaints has emptied my pockets. Are you? Now, I must say it is rare to see such open rage in a clavat. Ah, hold on. Hello, so good to see you. This may seem sudden, but do you have 1,000 gil? Oh boy. No! I'm not gonna give this guy 1,000 gil! It takes a long time to get that much. I don't believe this. Your old friend. I just met him last year, and we just briefly exchanged words. When you guys shipped produce, should have at least put some ice down. Yeah. You cannot spare a paltry 1,000. 1,000 gil is paltry for this guy? I guess judging by his fancy clothes, maybe it is. He should sell his clothes to get the 1,000 gil. I thought a fellow clavat would surely sympathize with my plight. To think that almost all my parcels contain produce. Dude! I never suspected it until they began to stink. Of crumbled inn, few reminisce. Its faulty beams will not be missed. It's clue the second. I wonder if I ever gave this guy the gil. He always seemed like a bit of a scumbag, even though he's giving you these hints. Woman, screw your plight, you're the one that shipped it. I don't know. I kind of sympathize with her because I've lost a couple of things in the mail. I sent someone a thing a year ago. It cost about $100, and it never arrived. I mean, I was lucky that there was a different thing that I had shipped over, which I shipped over one of my old keyboards, and it got sent back because of a complication in the destination city. So I'm just glad they didn't just throw the thing away. Let's see, it was Earth, Fire, Wind? Earth, Wind, Fire. Who has Earth? I think this stage has Earth. Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. It's... I don't know if I don't know if I can get a refund on it, since it was so long between when it was supposed to have arrived and when I found out that the package was stolen, or may have been stolen. That the monetary loss isn't that big anymore. Time heals that wound. Time heals some monetary wounds. Let's see, I could get a drop of myrrh here. I ordered something to arrive 2 weeks late because the lady had just moved, so the return address was incorrect. She sent me a little card to explain what had happened. Oh, I mean, that's nice of her. That's considerate of her. It kind of reminds me of when I subscribed to Soylent, which is now not available in Canada because of the changing food laws, I had gotten my own address wrong, and the package had shipped to a vacant house. So they couldn't even send it back. She said she had just gotten divorced but was very grateful for my patience. And she sent a free pair of earrings along with what I ordered. Wow. That's really good of her. Let's see, this is year 4. I'm guessing I collected my first drop of myrrh from Goblin Wall on year 2, so this would be level 2 Goblin Wall. Let's see if I'm strong enough to take it on.
The threat of monsters weighs upon the mind of every traveller. Brave Lilties purged the roads of danger long ago, but monsters still lurk about, biding their time in the nooks and crannies of the world. Goblin Wall is one such place. As they say, wherever there is light, there is shadow. I wonder if
I'm sure that's what's going through these monsters' minds. Definitely strong enough to take on the mooks. I was expecting a bigger jump in strength. Oh, they countered me. Alright. Not getting ganged up on would be a good strategy. Let's put another phoenix down in my pocket. It's a good thing I have lots of those things. Oh, they both had just 1 HP left. A little jug of oil. This is not going to help me in any way. Stream is shared on Twitter. Oh, thank you. Ooh, that was my fault. There's a phoenix down to make up for it. For all my clumsy mistakes. I need to open this area from somewhere else. That was clumsy on my part, but lucky that I didn't get hit. Oh wow, he survived that. That is a tougher goblin. Maybe I should adjust the brightness. Gondor calls for aid. It feels like... It looks like it's bright. It's decently bright on the preview. I can try and make it a little bit brighter here. Filters. Compressor gain, noise gate, noise suppression. No, not audio filters. Just... color key, no. Sharpen? I wonder how much it can sharpen. Let's say I max it out. Does that look any better? Ooh, that looks kind of messy. Very pixely. Let's not do sharpen. What can I do to fix it? Audio video. Gain, maybe? No, that's audio gain. Alright. Yeah, I know that it looks darker on my TV, but maybe I can just make out what I'm doing just because this is familiar territory for me. It definitely looks brighter on the preview than on the TV. Like the TV, the ramp going down there looks almost black, whereas here it's like it's very clearly, you can see the lines of the walls. Oh, I still didn't open that passage yet. I have to find a place where I can do that. Alright, since I'm going to be backtracking down here anyway, I'll just open the doors and leave actually looting them for the way back. And straight into a monster, and that is a new monster over there. I'm going to take out the little ones because they're going to be annoying. Take out the little ones first. Casting at me. Oh! Even having an extra heart didn't help me. One little one taken care of. Don't use focus attacks on the bats because they will knock you right out of the air. Really durable bats. I should probably try and pick up that potato. Potato! Oh, it doesn't map it to my it doesn't map it to my actions. It's a good thing I can pause to do that. Potato, fish, and any other food. Cherry cluster. Oh, I don't like potato. Fish then. Okay, flinching attacks work on this guy. Or they just straight up kill him. If I try to eat the iron, nothing will happen. How much iron do I have, anyway? I think you can eat iron in Breath of the Wild. You can cook it up into a rock-hard meal. Or like various minerals, you can cook them up into rock-hard meals. And he'll try and eat them, and he has a special animation for eating them where it looks like he's just having the worst time of his life eating a bunch of rocks. I can map fire and thunder here, blizzard, fire, thunder, but mixing them won't do anything special. I want a phoenix down at the top. Fire and thunder. Fire will help against the flons. Actually, fire will help generally for fighting classes. Otherwise, food. Food. If Gorons eat rocks, is that cannibalism? I want to say no, because I always imagine Gorons just being, like, really muscly meat. Then again, they do have a dish called rock sirloin, which I would presume is some kind of meaty rock. So maybe it is. But if Gorons are made of rocks, then does that mean that there are like gem Gorons as well? That would be an interesting idea to explore. If there's ever a Zelda MMO and you could play as a Goron, maybe you could play as a Goron made out of gems. Oh, there's ghosts here. There's ghost mages here. I need to mix up holy spells. Which means... let's see, is it element then life? Yes. Might as well map cure since I don't have any food. Ah! Freezing spells. Those guys stun you if you touch them. So you can only take them out with spells or shooting attacks. Lightning bugs. Do have food. Iron. I tried eating iron, it didn't work. I tried mapping iron, I didn't try using it. Let's see here. Items. Iron. Nope. Can't use my iron. And my pockets are full too. There's gotta be something. I have way too much iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Okay, maybe I don't have way too much iron, just too much iron. I have too much of a lot of stuff. Make the Moogle eat it! Let's see, these are the cheapest items, so I don't mind dropping these. Recipes for those I want to keep. Blue silk, that's new. bolt of blue silk. And a wisdom tome. Designed for an accessory for ukes. Okay, so I can't use that. Might as well drop it. Hey, JP. Pressure intensity will turn into punt the Moogle. You've got some interesting game logic. One of these days, we're gonna have to make a game together with that kind of logic. It's Final Fantasy, everything is possible. Yeah, I guess. I don't remember much Moogle punting in Final Fantasy games, though. Is the game you've been working on? No, this is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, although it does have some elements similar to what I want to work on. Particularly, like the hit slash, or the hit effects, the sound effects, the polygon counts, the shader effects, that kind of thing. Oh, and the controls. The 3D animations, stuff like that. I think I could achieve something similar to this level of technical achievement with today's level of technology and game engines and stuff. Dang it. Every time that guy hits you, you have to struggle out of a stun. You're just throwing rocks? Yeah, this is... Well, this is easily among one of my favorites in the whole series. The whole Crystal Chronicles series has a lot of good ideas put into it, too. They were mainly designed for multiplayer, which is a lot of what I like about them. Whoa. These guys' turns all happen in phase with each other. That kinda works. I really shouldn't be using magic so much as a fighter, but I think, well, I'm not totally a fighter. As a Clavat, I can kinda do everything. What can I throw out? I can throw out Clear Magicite. I didn't have to drop one of those, I could have just eaten it. This is a great place to collect treasure if your pockets are empty. I should not have come here while my pockets were not empty. All I really want are the artifacts. Because those are the permanent stat boosts. Throw the iron. How much do I have? Too much. Yeah. Could easily drop, maybe drop down to 3. 1, 2, 3. Drop. There. Ooh, how did I miss this key? Did I not need to open the blue passages at all? I guess I didn't need to. Alright, since my pockets are full, and all that's really waiting for me is artifacts and treasure, I'm pretty sure I have enough artifacts selected that I can choose one. Or enough artifacts collected that I can choose one that I don't already have. Plus, this is a level 2 stage, so there's going to be +3 and +5 artifacts that I haven't seen yet. Oh, these guys have spears. They make you flinch if you're using a sword. Oh, I'm trapped. Map another Phoenix down. Holy's not gonna help me here. We've got fire, blizzard, more blizzard. Do I have another blizzard? No. Cure is fine then. Phoenix down, Blizzara, and Cure. like using the slow spell. And that bug was more annoying than difficult with all the teleporting around. Yeah. If you've seen this cutscene 1,000 times, you just press start and skip it. But I usually don't think to skip it, just because I like sitting through it so much. Thanks for thinking of me, but I don't want to trouble you, so I went and bought a seed for a new flower. Oh, yeah, in her previous letter she sends you that there's a flower that you were taking care of that that had died since you had left. What would be good for an alchemist other than recipes? I don't think I found a recipe that I'd really want to send back. Like, these are all I want to keep. Thunderbolt. Oh! This was something I needed for the Thundercraft, for the Lightning Craft. That will really help in the future. I'll send back a crystal ball. Yeah. Alchemists like crafting components. There are 8 possible families you can choose from when you create a character too. I think I actually listed them while running around the town. Don't heal yourself. Well, I didn't do a lot of that. Still got at least 100 points just for killing everybody and picking up a whole bunch of treasure. But yeah, only 2 of the 4 artifacts. What is that item there? Ancient potion, material for crafting equipment. Magic +1, Mjolnir strength +3. I'm taking this. I'll grab the ancient potion after I find a recipe that needs it. Alright, so we have been live for 2 hours. Right on the dot, too. 2 hours and 20 seconds. So that's probably all I will do for today. And, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing more of this. And again, I'm looking for local people to try and do the 4-player thing. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you for joining me today, and hopefully I'll see you next time.